Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I have a ammo collection update video for you. I just got my hands on this round here and I'm going to go into detail as to what it is and what it's made for, designed for, and so on. So let's get started. Here we have a round made by Double Tap, and it is a 45 long coat plus P 155 grain hard cast solid round. So I'll explain to you what all that is. For those are you new to firearms and bullets, 155 grain is, grain is how you measure the weight of the projectile itself. So the projectile itself is 155 grains. The fact that it's a hard cast solid, let me explain that to you with this here. So I'm going to be using this 12 gauge slug projectile to explain in a minute. These, what they refer to as wadcutter, or in this case semi-wadcutter, come in two variations as far as the base. They come as a solid base or as a hollow base, which is, you know, the part of it that goes into the casing about yay deep or so. Now this one is a solid case, but they do have hollow cases like this, where the projectile is solid on the outside, but has a kind of like a hollow point, but reversed. It has a hollow cavity on the inside. And the benefit of that is that it would actually, let me grab this and this, my judge, so I can explain to you. When the round is fired when the round is fired and the round starts entering the barrel, as you can see here, the barrel has rifling. And what this hollow base will do when the round is fired is that pressure will expand that base to grab that rifling really well and have that rifling spin the projectile through the barrel a little more efficiently and create a very accurate flying round. This is not that, but just for those of you that know, if you're looking for ammunition, they have some that are solid base, some of them that are hollow base. So the two variations. So this is a solid base, which it's accurate enough. This is also a very good round for self-defense and hunting. The reason why is somewhat like a hollow round, like this, for example. This flat truncated part won't expand as much as a hollow point, but since it is more blunt than, let's say, ball ammo here, it's gonna hit its target and dump its kinetic energy right away, instead of a ball round that has less surface in the front, and it's gonna want to tend to go through, over penetrate, and not dump its energy as fast as it should. So these are really good for self-defense and hunting. The other, let me get this in a little closer, see if I can focus here. There we go. The other part of this round that's exposed that you can see is this shoulder here. Now, what these semi-wadcutters are designed to do when it does hit its target is that instead of having a round nose like this that will somewhat push through the tissue of the animal or intruder that you're firing at, it will cut a clean hole in your target. And actually these are used also in competitions and just for target practice for that reason, because these semi-wadcutters and also the wadcutters, a wadcutter is pretty much this projectile sunk in with no shoulder. It'll just be a flat round, and some of them do protrude out like this a little bit where you see the shoulder come up, and some of them are actually flush to the casing. But what that sharp shoulder does is it allows to go through the paper clean, so this way when you're practicing you can get a better idea of how accurate you are, and for competitions to judge the target shooting, they get a nice clean hole instead of just kind of like I don't know if you're new to firing, or if you have fired before, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you're new, if you haven't shot a gun yet, I would suggest you go do so. But what these round nose will kind of leave a hole, but leave tears around the hole. So if you're a competition shooter and you're keyholing, or you're just off from your target, it's going to be really hard to determine how off you are. So this will leave a nice clean hole in that paper. So it has a few benefits, this round. But yeah, so it's an interesting round. I don't like shooting lead, and for those of you that know, it's a pain in the neck. For those of you that don't, I don't like shooting lead because the exposed lead, as opposed to a round that has a copper jacket, though it will tend to be faster because it's a slicker surface and it'll fly through that rifling a little better, a little smoother. It does leave lead, not shavings, lead, like residue, from it shaving off from going through the rifling onto the barrel, and that lead is a pain in the neck to wash. You're going to be there for a while, as opposed to when you're shooting just copper jacketed rounds, where it doesn't, you just really have to get the residue from the gunpowder off of there. So that's one drawback to this round. It's hard to clean after you're done shooting it, but it does serve a couple of good purposes, like I mentioned. So that is it. This is going to be added to my collection here, and as I get more of these, I will update you on them. And if you have any questions as far as these rounds are concerned, let me know. I know my first video showcasing my ammo collections, I kind of ran through them, and for some, like this ball round, I mean, I might do a video for newcomers, but this is pretty basic target ammo. I definitely not recommend it for self-defense, for the reason that it'll over-penetrate, or tends to over-penetrate. So hollow points, or truncated, or you know, wad cutters, semi-wad cutters, those are good for self-defense. I will go with those. But for those of you that are new, and for those of you that are into these cool, funky looking rounds, like this maximum expansion round, or this RIP round here, I might go through them one by one for the ones that I haven't gotten you after I showcased the collection at first, and maybe explain a little bit as far as what they do and that sort of thing. So just wanted to show you this baby, because this is what I'll be reviewing next. That hopefully will be at the end of the week. I'm actually between this, and I don't have it out with me right now, but between this and my 357 Magnum Taurus 605. So if you guys prefer one over the other, let me know. If not, then probably by the end of the week, it'll be this that I'll be reviewing. All right. Thanks again for tuning in. Take care and have a good day.